Bonjour, my beautiful people. How are you doing? This is Lya Pouleyy, and welcome to BRL episode number 4. So before we start, let me remind you that I'm Lya Pouleyy, as you know, your wellness creative. I help you in your wellness journey with art and craft, dance and body movement, modeling and body awareness, cooking and healthy fooding pleasures. So if you like my channel and my podcast, please don't forget to give some thumbs up, subscribe, share, comment, and you can even DM me via email or Instagram. So today the story is not about me, it's about my favorite couple in the whole world. I love this couple so much. They are a true inspiration for me. They were together, I wasn't even born, and they've been my reference in terms of love. Of course, the relationships has some ups and downs, like any relationship, but their relationship is so special, so beautiful. They've been working on that relationship, like you can tell that they are soulmates. A true blessing story. So as you know, I changed the names, so we're gonna call the woman CG and the man Giovanni. As I told you, they met, they started being together, I wasn't even born. So CG is from Germany and Giovanni is from Italy. As you can hear, his name is Giovanni. Let me tell you a little bit about CG. CG is a very kind, soft, loving, caring, creative, touchy, loving person. She is the sweetness. She's the sweetest sweetness. And she comes from an amazing family, an amazing loving family. Her mom and her dad were married a few years before she was born, and she has a little brother. Since she's a very caring person, she always wanted to help the others in the medical field. So she studied nursing. And let me tell you, when you're in the middle school, you have to choose a foreign language to learn, and everybody told her that it would be better for her to pick up something like English or French or Spanish because they are the most spoken languages in the world. But she was attracted to Italians for some reasons, and everybody was convincing her not to pick up Italian because they were like, people only speak Italian in Italy, so it's not going to be helpful for you. But she didn't care, she could be stubborn sometimes. So she studied Italian, and when she graduated from high school, she went to nursing school, and she had an internship. Where? In Italy, of course. Now, let me talk to you about Giovanni. Giovanni was born and raised in Italy. Same very loving and caring family, very loving parents, and he has 2 sisters. So he is the middle child and the boy, so he's kind of lucky. And he didn't really know what he wanted to do as a career. He was like, I have time to think, because they were young. They were pretty young, both of them. And he decided to join the military because he had like no clue, no ideas of what he wanted for his future. So he went abroad to do his military duties. So she went to Italy when she was 18, and she was doing her best for her internship to be as great as possible. Everybody loved her over there. she learned Italian. She was pretty good at Italian, actually. And she also had a passion. She loved the arts and craft. She is a very creative woman. She loves drawing, painting, sewing, painting on clothes. She loved doing some mosaic frames. She loves doing mandalas. She loves painting on glass. She's extremely creative. So during her internship, when she had like free times, she was doing things, especially for kids, because she loves kids. She loves infants, toddler, kids in general. But sometimes she went to the children's service, but most of the time she was at the adult service. And one day she was transferred to a special department because someone like had an injury, so she didn't know much about that person. So they were like, it will be great for your internship report that you have this case. It's a very interesting case because this is from a man who got an injury, nothing major, nothing serious, but serious enough for you to take care of that case. And he was doing his military duty, and he got transferred here. He went back to Italy. He was overseas and he went back to Italy for the country to take care of him. So this is how she met Giovanni. And remind you, she was 18, never had a boyfriend before. When she met him, that was like fireworks in her heart, in her body, because she never saw such a handsome man. She was like, that's the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my entire life, in my entire 18 years old life. And her heart was pounding, she had butterflies, she was shaking, something that really never happened before. Before, she didn't care about boys, and she didn't know how old he was, but she didn't really care. And she kind of had a broken Italian, but she made it work. So she really wanted to be able to communicate with him, and at first he didn't care that much about her. He thought that she was, pretty and cute, but he was more concerned about his knee. That was his main problem, his major problem. So she was taking very good care of him. She was like so dedicated, so soft, so gentle, so nice and sweet. And she was like looking at him with her eyes shining, because she has blue eyes and he has blue eyes as well. And even sometimes when she was talking, it's not that she couldn't find the right words, it's just like everything was going so fast in her head, because she wanted to say so many things, but she couldn't because, of the difference of the language. So she was stuttering a lot. But I think Giovanni started to feel that it's cute, and he could kind of feel that she had a little crush on him, but he didn't care that much, as I told you. That wasn't his concern. That wasn't that much his concern. But unfortunately for her, she had to go back to Germany because the internship was at its end. So they just spent like 3 to 5 days together, not more. And mind you, that was early 80s. So, no cell phone, no Facebook, laptop, nothing like that. So the 80s, you take your pen and paper and you write a letter. So even if they were living in 2 different countries, she didn't want to let him go. And she was like, I feel like this guy, there is something about him. It's not just like a teenager crush. I feel like I have to write to him. So she made a beautiful loving letter that she put her heart on that letter. She said that she really has deep feelings for him, even if they don't know each other like that, but it's like really love at first sight for her. She's never loved anybody like that, and she believes that they can stay in touch and see how the future can be. And I told you she's very creative, so she took the chance, she shot her shot, and she drew something that represented her feelings for him. But before she left, she said, "This is a letter for you. Please wait for me to leave before you open it." And of course, she wrote her address and all of that. So when she left, he wasn't that much in a rush to read the letter. So she had the time to go back to Germany, and he finally opened the letter once he got back home from the hospital, because no more military for him. So he wrote the letter, and he was so touched by the powerful words, by the love, by the drawing. He said that he could feel her love for him. He could feel the power of the feelings, of all the love and energy she put in that letter and in that drawing. He could feel it as if she was here, as if she was telling him everything face to face, and as if she was hugging and holding him and wrapping him with her arms. So he wrote a letter back, and he gave his landline number, and he said, "If you would like, I would love to come to visit you in Germany, but I don't speak any German at all." And so when she received the letter, she was so excited, so excited. So she called him right away, and she said, "You can come anytime. I spoke to my parents. They're very okay for you to come to visit." And she was getting ready. She was so excited. You know how it is when you're 18 and you're so excited about that boyfriend of yours. So she was waiting for like a month and a half, but in the meantime, they were still communicating via mails and phone. So he finally came to Germany, and he spent a week, and that was like the beginning of the love story. They just had like the best week, the best first week of their lives, let's say that. And he said, "I don't want to leave you. I don't ever want to leave you. Never ever. I want to stay forever with you." And he asked her if she wanted to move to Italy because she has a better Italian than he has German. But she was like, "I can't. I have to stay with my parents, and I have to stay with my little brother, and maybe you can move here." And he was like, "I don't speak any German." And she was like, "Yeah, but I have my studies, my career, because I know what I want to do, and it seems that you didn't find your life mission yet." And he told her, "My life mission is being your husband. So wherever you are, this is where I'm gonna be. But before, we have to go to Italy, and you have to meet my parents." So she was like, "Okay, cool." So they left together. They went to Italy to meet his parents, and they were talking, and she said that, yeah, she wants to be a nurse. She loves medical. She loves to help, but she really loves infants, newborns. That's her thing. She loves newborns. She has a passion for new babies, and she really loves pregnant women. That was something that she has always been passionate about, but she never thought about doing anything. She was just thinking of being a nurse. And Giovanni's mother said, "You should be a midwife." And she was like, oh wow, I've never thought about it. So she went back to Germany and she thought about being a midwife, so she changed her studies. And just for like the record, of course she graduated and she has her midwife degree, and she became just the best midwife in her area. I'm just not kidding, guys. She became the best because she has so much love and passion for her job and to help women in their pregnancy journey. She loved that, and she even opened her own office. So she was doing part-time at the hospital and part-time at her office, where she was helping. She had like group of women, they were coming, she could call her at any time, she was always there. And she even helped some of her family members delivered. It's just amazing. This woman is just amazing. But back to the story, to the 80s. So she went back and she changed her studies, as I told you. And no later than 2 months after, Giovanni was like, okay, CG, I made my decision. I don't speak anything German, but I'm gonna learn for you. I'm gonna do everything that is possible to learn and to find a life over there because I want to be with you. So he kissed goodbye his parents. Of course, he got his parents' blessings, his sister's blessings. He was saying goodbye to Italy, and he moved to Germany, living with her and her family. So he learned German. That was really hard for him, but he made it through, and he found a second loving family. They really took him as their son, and he found a career, he found everything, and they were just living like the perfect relationship. As I said, they have their ups and downs, but it's a part of the perfect relationship, I'm telling you. They traveled the world, they did everything, and I think they've been together for 10 or 13 years before she got pregnant. But they didn't want the child to be in this world without being married. So they married right before she delivered. If I remember, April, May, end of June. Yeah, they married 2.5 months before she delivered. So she was super pregnant when they got married. And I was young at the time. I think I was 8 years old, and that was the most memorable wedding I've ever attended to. That was the best. I don't even know how to qualify their wedding. Like, very different from who I am, from what I'm used to. I just have amazing memories from that wedding. Bless their marriage, like their marriage is gonna last till the end of time, I'm telling you guys. So they had their first son, and then they had a daughter, and they were just having that perfect life. Like, they're the kind of people, yes, they've been blessed by nature first of all, but both of them knew what they wanted in their lives. They really knew that they wanted like more than a life partner. They wanted love, they wanted soulmate, and they worked it out. They really worked it out. So the blessing in this story is like all that story, but also it's the fact that she could have chosen another language when she was in middle school, and thank God she chose an Italian. And also the fact that she loved art and craft made her express her love from that guy who became her husband. Now they've been together for 37 years. So if she wouldn't have the courage to write that letter, and most of all, if she didn't have this passion for art, because her drawing was expressing more than she could write, because sometimes we don't have the words to explain how we feel, And when you're 18, it's kind of hard to be like, oh, I love you so much, or to express with words, verbally or writing, how you can feel. And the painting was just like the perfect way to express herself, because she probably didn't have the right words, or the words she needed didn't even exist. But when she painted, he felt it, he understood it, and he fell in love with her. So that was the story, a beautiful one for once, right? I hope this story inspires you, gives you motivation, gives you guts and courage and strength. When you want something, go for it. When you want somebody, go for him or for her, unless the person is already in a relationship or married. And even that, we never know what's under. Once again, that's a proof that art can save our lives, that art is very needed when we need it, and that art can make your life the best ever and help you finding your soulmate. That's all from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I wish you a very good week, and I see you next Friday for episode number 5. Take care. I'm sending you a lot of blessing, love, strength, energy, courage. Drink some water, very important. Once again, you are your best friends, but you can also be your worst enemy. Take care. Bye.